Hello everyone, this is YMB Snake Eye from GamesIBeat.com, here to bring you a review of Battle Princess Madelyn on PC for Steam. Disclaimer, this review might contain some spoilers. Battle Princess Madelyn is a Metroidvania game, and a spiritual successor to Ghouls and Ghosts. The game is developed by Casualbit Games. The main developer and driving force is Christopher Obritsch. Battle Princess Madelyn is based off a story written by Christopher Obritsch when he was just 9 years old. The story is about the loss of his first dog Champ. The game starts with his own daughter, Madelyn, as the protagonist, who also has some significant creative input into this game. The concept behind Battle Princess Madelyn is what gives the game most of its charm. A father paying tribute to his long-lost dog Champ and giving his daughter a pivotal role within the game. You start off in the real world as Madelyn's grandfather, reading her a bedtime story of a kingdom in trouble. An evil wizard called the Horn Wizard has killed her pet dog Fritzy. Madelyn, with the support of her grandfather and kingdom, must defeat the evil wizard while the spirit of Fritzy accompanies her along the way. Battle Princess Madelyn has a nice retro art style to it. The game is pixelated in a nostalgic 16-bit style. It does make some of the text a little awkward to read, but not impossible. The sprites are animated well and fit nicely into the world. The enemies look interesting and change from level to level. There is a lack of different character types on some stages, but I don't find it to be a big problem. In a game like this, you have to understand the movements of each enemy type. The level's visual designs are superb. The colors and textures go perfectly with the music in the game. The main problem I had with the game's graphics were the boss fights. The bosses all have the same visual indicator of health. Instead of an actual health bar, the enemy flashes red. As the enemy becomes more and more damaged, it flashes faster and faster. I found my eyes becoming fatigued quickly during boss fights. I can definitely see why there's a seizure warning at the beginning of the game. The soundtrack is a defining feature of the game. There are two different soundtracks. There's an orchestra and an arcade version. Both are excellent in my opinion, but I find myself more partial to the retro arcade soundtrack. Each level has a unique track that really sets the mood. The game also has a crisp sound effects as well. The weapon sounds remind me of Nintendo games like Ghouls and Ghosts and Castlevania. This is one of my most enjoyed video game soundtracks of the year. Battle Princess Madelyn has two distinct forms of gameplay. There's a story mode and an arcade mode. The arcade mode plays just like you would expect it to. It's reminiscent of the original Ghouls and Ghosts. The main difference is that there are checkpoints at the beginning of each stage. The similarity is in the difficulty of clearing certain parts of the stage as well as boss fights. There are no save states for arcade mode, so once you begin, you either finish or you have to start from scratch the next time. The story mode is reflected around the story of Princess Madelyn. The game makes deep and personal ties between real life and the game. The meaning of the story can be uniquely interpreted by the player. The story mode plays like a Metroidvania game. This means the entire world is connected, but you have to clear certain areas several times in order to progress. This can be frustrating at times, but it comes with the territory of a game like this. The main differences between the arcade mode and the story mode are the level progression and the player abilities. I tried the arcade version first, and when I decided to play through the story, I was quickly confused by the differences. In the arcade mode, you begin with double jump as well as your sidekick Fritz's special abilities. You are also able to pick up new weapons as you go along. In the story mode, you can't even double jump until you find the double jump boots. The boots can be found if you pay very close attention to the NPCs in the game. However, I could see several players becoming frustrated until they find them. You realize that you're stuck without them early on. There was also one more part of the game I became stuck. It was in the Germany level. I found myself unable to progress because of a tricky staircase I simply couldn't see in the level. The level design was very dark and the stairs were not very clearly visible. I found myself unable to progress, so I actually had to ask the developers, and I got a really quick response from David Bigelow, so my respect to him for helping me out on that. All in all, I would recommend both types of gameplay. If you want challenging Ghouls and Ghosts inspired side-scrolling action, try the arcade mode. If you want a more complex Metroidvania experience, go for the story mode. Battle Princess Madelyn relies on its challenging gameplay and boss fights in its arcade mode and level progression in the story mode. Most players will probably gravitate towards the straightforward play of the arcade mode. Others will be content with the story mode since it allows for level progression and player upgrade. It can be a bit frustrating at times as you will find yourself stuck at several different points in the game. As long as the player remains focused, pays attention, and has enough technical gameplay to traverse the stages, they will find their way through. The arcade mode offers a bit more linear experience it is also more challenging gameplay wise. I could see this mode becoming a popular mode among the speedrunners and dedicated retro gamers. I honestly don't know how this game will progress within the different gaming communities. Most casual players might opt to move on after finishing the story or arcade mode. Others might try their hands at speedrunning either the story or arcade modes. I personally enjoy the arcade mode more as it tests my technical gameplay and allows me to try out different strategies. It will be interesting to see if a community grows around this game. In conclusion, Battle Princess Madelyn is a sentimental tribute to long-lost pets and family. The graphics, music, and gameplay all mix together well. More experienced gamers can relive the challenging gameplay from their childhoods, while new gamers can gain some insight into the past. While there are some frustrating experiences in the story mode and some obvious bugs in the game, I recommend this game to anyone looking for a genuine, challenging gaming experience. Thanks everyone for watching this review. Please subscribe and feel free to leave feedback for me in the comment section below. Check us out at GamesIBeat.com. We're trying to grow a positive gaming community, and we will also be releasing more content soon, so please stay tuned.